back, and I hope you all are doing well. And the previous video we have discussed about the day 13 module, which was regarding the wireless hacking, and which we discussed about the Wi-Fi encryptions, that is basically WEP, WPA, and WPA2 as well. And in this particular video we are going to discuss about the day 13 day 13 part 2 content, day 13 part 2 content, which is basically going to be about the tools, and you can say the hands-on, you can say the tools and the hands-on, or you can say the commands that we are going to use in order to perform the wireless hacking. And we are going to learn how we can use those tools in order to perform wireless hacking. Number one tool that we're going to discuss is going to be about the aircraft ng, and number two is going to be about the Wireshark. We all have heard about the Wireshark, and most of us have even used the Wireshark, so we'll be able to get a hold about it, and we're going to discuss about Wireshark and the filters, that how we can use filters in order to perform wireless hacking for using Wireshark. Next, moving on further, we have is the tool named Reaver, and what is the use of Reaver and what basically Reaver is used for. And fourth one is basically Kismet. Kismet is also one of the best tools to perform wireless hacking, and we are going to learn about the commands, as well as you can say I'm going to show you what commands you can use. You can take a screenshot while I'll show you the screen for the commands where I have written my commands and stored my commands, so that you can also get a hold of it and you can understand it in a better way. So moving on further, firstly we are going to discuss about is aircrack ng. Aircrack ng is a suite of tools. Suite of tools means basically a collection of tools. A collection of tools for auditing wireless network, including the packets which are captured. Just give me a second. Yeah, which are captured, and you can say, and for decrypting as well, decrypting as well. Aircrack ng is a kind of collection of tools. It is a collection of tools which perform the auditing of the networks, as well as the packets which are captured, and also the decryption of those packets which are captured while performing the auditing of the wireless networks. So basically I'm going to show you the commands after describing you all of the, you can say, the definitions of all of the tools and usage of all of the tools, so that you can get a better hold of it without getting confused that why we need Aircrack ng, or why we need Wireshark or Reaver or Kismet. So moving on further, then we are going to discuss about second tool, that is going to be Wireshark. And as we all know, Wireshark is used basically for the analyzing the network, analyzing the network protocols, analyzing the network protocol, analyzing the network protocols, and you can say inspecting packet data, inspecting network packet data. That's why Wireshark is used. Basically, we use filters in order to analyze those network protocols and the data packets which are coming along while transmitting data from one end to another end. Moving on further, we have is the topic, the tool, you can say, named as Reaver. Reaver is basically a tool for brute forcing. Brute forcing, we all know what is the usage of brute forcing. In order to like hit and trial method, in order to perform any kind of secure like guess something. Brute forcing is basically a kind of guessing game. So basically it is a tool for brute forcing the WPS pins. Now you might be thinking, what is WPS? WPS is a Wi-Fi protected setup. Wi-Fi protected setup. Yeah, Reaver tools for brute forcing. brute forcing the WPS pins. WPS is Wi-Fi protected setup. When we create a Wi-Fi protected when we create a setup for Wi-Fi, there are pins used, like in the Wi-Fi encryptions we have discussed that there is basically, you can say, encryptions like systematical static keys or dynamically changing keys, like temporal key integrity protocol that we have used. So there are several kind of dynamic keys or static keys which can be brute forced using the Reaver tool in order to bypass that particular, you can say, bypass the bypass the Wi-Fi encryptions. Moving on further, we have is the tool named as Kismet, which is basically a wireless network detector and sniffer and intrusion detection system. Wireless network detector. Just give me a second. Yeah. Wireless network detector, sniffer, and in IDS, that is intrusion detection system. Basically, Kismet, the work of Kismet is to detect, sniff, and inform or alert the user about that particular Wi-Fi hacking, or you can say wireless hacking. That's basically the usage of all of the four tools. And now we are going to discuss about the you can say the commands that we are going to use for these particular tools and how we can use them. I have stored and written over here the commands. You can see aircrack ng tool. Basically we are going to use number one command, that is airmon ng start WLAN 0. WLAN is basically Wi-Fi LAN, which basically does enable the monitor mode on wireless interface. That means it basically enables the monitor mode in order to check the interface that is capturing the data from one end to another end. And then comes the Aerodump NG WLAN 0 mode, which basically capture packets in monitor mode. That means firstly we are monitoring, as we have enabled the monitor mode, to check what kind of packets are transmitting from one place to another. Then aerodump is used to capture the packets, and then airplay means to de-authenticate clients from the access point. And then air crack we are basically using in order to crack the captured WPA2 handshake using a word list. So let me just make it simple for you guys. Firstly we are using, just let me write it down here. Firstly we are using airmon to enable the monitor to enable the monitor for capturing data, to check कि क्या data आ रहा है, to check the data, means to check the data basically, guys. So then we are going to use is, I guess, aerodump, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, we are going to use aerodump. After that, aerodump command basically do is what? Capture the data packets. Then moving on further, we are going to use is air replay. Air replay is basically to de-authenticate the just give me a second, de-authenticate the client from the access point, authenticate the client from de-authenticate from the client side, or de-authenticate the client from the access points. That means they basically access point, where there is an access point, they de-authenticate the client so that they won't be able to send or capture the data in order to understand how it is working. Number 4 we are going to use is basically, that is air crack. To crack air crack, as its name itself suggests, to crack the pins of WPA and WPA2 using word lists. I hope this is clear that how we are going to proceed with the aircrack NG tool, and what it is. As I mentioned, it is a suite of tools. That means it is a collection of tools, as it is a collection of airmon, aerodump, airplay, and then goes the aircrack. So this is a collection of all these commands and tools in order to do the procedure step by step. And that's how we use aircrack ng in order to perform the wireless hacking. Moving on further, we are going to discuss about the commands, that is Wireshark. For this particularly, we have a tool, or you can say the GUI, as I have shown you earlier in the previous videos, that we can either use it via our Kali Linux, or we can also install its GUI system in our PCs or systems, and we can basically use a filter and mention this filter for beacon frames to analyze specific packets. In order to analyze specific packets, we are going to use this particular filter, that is going to give us the wlan.fc.type subtypes, which is going to show us a beacon frame of that particular packet or the transmission of data. Then moving on further, we have is Reaver. Reaver is basically, as I have mentioned, Reaver is a kind of tool for brute forcing WS pins. In order to brute force the pins, we are going to give the AP MAC and the channel where we want to, of which particular channel we want to brute force the pin, and then we can start the WPS attack using the Reaver. Then moving on further, we have is Kismet. Kismet is basically we can use in order to start a monitor mode, in order to analyze the packets, and also to de-authenticate clients from the access point, and then crack the captured handshake using the word list. Kismet is also a kind of monitor mode, so where you capture the packets and then you basically crack those pins. That's how we basically, you can say, that's how we go on further in order to perform the wireless hacking. And these are the tools and techniques and the commands that we are going to use in order to perform the wireless hacking. I hope this topic is pretty clear, guys, and you guys have understood what we have discussed till now. So here we are ending with this video. I'm ending the week 4 module, that is about the post exploitation and the advanced technique. I hope you have understood the topics that we have covered till now, and all the topics are pretty clear to you guys. If you like the video, guys, do subscribe my channel, hit the like button, and also share it with your friends and family members as well as the colleagues, so that they can also get a benefit out of it. And do not forget to share your precious comments and reviews in the comment section. So till the time I come up with a new video, take care, guys. Bye bye, and see you in the upcoming video.